Hello BookTube. Last week I put in an order with the University of Chicago Press. Every year for 6 months, the University of Chicago Press sends out these sale catalogs for the great Chicago book sale. The books featured in the sale are between 30 and 90% off. And the books offered are in a wide range of subjects published by the University of Chicago Press, as well as a number of publishers that the University of Chicago Press distributes. I picked up quite a number of books. Now let's get going. First up is a cookbook, The Kosher Baker by Paula Shoyer. I have recently gotten into baking, and I also want to bolster and add to my cookbook collection. So, pretty happy to have this. Let's remove these two for a second because we'll get to them at the end. Next up are the two books that I immediately gravitated towards. So, normally with the great sale, I gravitate towards the history titles. Over the last few years, most of the books that I have purchased during these sales have been works of history. However, as I've mentioned several times, my interest in history has largely waned over the last few months, and the rest of the books I picked up are mostly poetry collections, as well as two novels, all of them published by Jirgl Press. Sorry about that interruption. So first up is Etudes by Friederike Mayrocker, translated from the German by Donna Stonecipher. So I think this is a selected edition of her poetry. This is Porcelain by Durs Grunbein, translated by Leeder, also from the German. So this is a collection of poems meditating on the destruction of Dresden during World War II. Also translated from the German is On the Royal Road, The Burger King by Elfriede Jelinek, translated by Gitta Honegger. So this is a play that draws inspiration from the election of Donald Trump in 2016. I also have two novels. Let's go with the German one. So this is The Unfinished by Reinhard Jirgl, translated by Iain Galbraith. So this is a novel that traces several generations of German Czech refugees during the mid and late 20th century. And this is The Parasite by Ferenc Barnas, translated from the Hungarian by Paula Olchvary. And so this is about a young man who has some very weird obsessions and who is essentially a human parasite. And finally, to return to poetry and two collections that were not actually part of the sale, but I wanted them, and I've wanted them for several months now. So I took the opportunity of the sale to go and pick them up, even though they were full price. So first up is Postcards from the Underworld by Sinan Antoon, translated by the author. So this is a selected edition of Sinan Antoon's poetry. And finally, Beachlight by Cyril Wong. So this is a collection translated from the Chinese by, at least I think it's translated from the Chinese. This might not actually be translated from, right? Okay, no, he wouldn't be translated. So this is, yeah, English original. Just yeah, because he's Singaporean, so he probably would be in English or translated from him. But anyway, so Beachlight. So let's do a quick Steve pyramid because I do need to get to weekly reads. So again, The Kosher Baker by Paula Shoyer. The Parasite by Ferenc Barnas. Reinhard Jirgl's The Unfinished. On the Royal Road by Elfriede Jelinek. Etudes by Friederike Mayrocker. Porcelain by Durs Grunbein. Postcards from the Underworld by Sinan Antoon. And Beachlight by Cyril, Wong. So that was my University of Chicago Press book haul. I might actually put in another one because I didn't pick up any reaction animal books, and there is another cookbook featured in the sale that I might want as well. So there might be a second one incoming, but for now, this is my University of Chicago Press book sale book haul. So I will be right back with weekly reads. So until then, BookTube, thank you. Have a great rest of your evening and stay safe.